Hey guys, it's your boy Jonas, and today I wanted to give a little review on the movie I just saw. The movie called The Shift, and I don't know if you heard of it, but it's coming from the same people who brought The Sound of Freedom, which is Angel Studios. So a big shout out to Angel Studios for doing their thing for this film. And so I saw the film, and I saw a trailer. And then I was like, what's it about? It looks like some type of, like sci-fi movie or something. And like, it looked like some type of multiverse movie or some sort. So come to find out, I saw another video and they said the movie was inspired by the book of Job, from scripture. And so that's what you'll be familiar with. So first off, the movie isn't Bible movie. It's not a Bible movie. It's not like this movie is supposed to be accurate biblical truth movie, it's not like a biblical accurate movie. It's not supposed to be accurate to the Bible, but it does have biblical truths into the movie. You see what I'm saying? It has biblical values and biblical themes of the movie, basically. So some people may think, oh yeah, I'm coming to this movie and it's gonna be like just straight gospel movie, Like, no, it's not a gospel movie. Like, sure, you can say like, yeah, the movie was made, by Christian people and produced by a Christian studio, this and that. You can say that, but it's not like a thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to this movie to read my gospel, to hear my gospel. I'm going to see this movie to hear my gospel. Like, no, it's not that. So don't expect, for those people who come into the movie, expect like, oh yeah, this better be accurate to the Bible. This better be accurate to the scripture, or I'm walking out of this movie right now, or I'm not going to support it. But it's not that. It's not that. And so me watching a movie, it's a science fiction. Well, it's a sci-fi movie, but there's biblical truths to it. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's science fiction because, spirituality is real, feel me? You got good versus evil, dark and light, you feel me? So that's not science fiction at all. That's like real. So me watching a movie, first off, I want to say definitely one of the actors I do recognize in the film was Neil McDonough. And, what's the name? Neil McDonough. Yeah, his character was named the Benefactor. And so the Benefactor was basically the devil. He played the role. And the Benefactor was basically the devil throughout the whole film. And the main character, the main character wasn't Job. That's the thing. The main character wasn't Job. I could see if the movie was said that, the main character or the main actor is Job, but it's not Job though. It's a different character, different name, but his life, he realized that his life is, similar and looks familiar, all too familiar. And then he comes to, relate to the story of Job. That's basically what he does. The movie's not like, oh, movie is about Job and this is Job. This movie is like inspired by the book of Job. It's not like the movie was like, oh, the movie's science fiction and it makes it look like the Bible's not real. This is blasphemy or something like that. So don't think that it was going to be something like that where it's like, oh, it has to be completely the story or else it's not going to be true. But just watch it for yourself. So don't take my word for it. Just watch the movie for yourself. And you might like it. You might enjoy it. I think the movie could have been longer. Let's say that. So first off, the movie is about like 1 hour and 55 minutes. I think the movie could have had potential to go on for at least 2 hours. That's what I think, me personally, because I was interested in the film. And, me, I like Marvel films. I like, like superhero science fiction films and stuff like that. So this one, it definitely had potential to be 2 hours movie. I wish they would have did it, but they decided to cut it short to 1 hour and 55 minutes. So I'm like, hey, you know what? they did it, but it was a solid film. I think there was a lot of good character development. The environment, it could have been some more world building, but they fell short on the world building part, but they definitely did a lot of good character development to the point where it's like, hey, y'all could make a sequel if y'all want to, but since y'all didn't really have too much world building, maybe y'all just wanted to go for an experimental, like just a standalone film, like I guess an experimental film to see like, hey, if we can be inspired by the scripture, or inspired by the Bible with a science fiction film. The movie is basically like a multiversal time traveling type of, you know, film where he has access to like to go through, be shifted, you know, through like portals and stuff, shifted through past, present, and future also, and transported to like different places. And then because of there's so much hopelessness, because of the benefactor who plays the devil character, because of the hopelessness that people feel, instead of watching movies and stuff like that, they use the technology and to tap in with the multiverse, like dimensions, so they can watch different versions of themselves and the choices that they make, pretty much. So different dimensions of themselves, like variants, versions, doppelgangers of themselves, to see the possibilities of what their life would turn out if they make this decision or that decision or this decision, basically. I would say that they do have a special, you know, special message. And at the end of the film, they was like, do they have a post-credit scenes? I'm like, yeah, kind of, sort of. You could say that. But it was a special message. And, you know, I appreciate the message. And I was like, hey, you know what? That's real nice. That's real inspirational. The character, he goes through a lot of things. He goes through like a lot of trials and tribulations, of course. And there's people who they liken him to Job. Those who know the scripture, they liken him to Job, and they kind of see like that there's some good in him. They see that there's some type of good in him. Like, you know, he's supposed to be like, you know, man of God, you know, and they see that in him. And there's other people who don't know the scripture and don't know the word. So the movie in the future, when he gets shifted into the future, basically like the scripture is outlawed, is banned. So like nobody can and should, you know, have access to the scriptures according to them and according to, you know, the benefactor, because he took over basically. So he took over, and the benefactor, he said something to the character. He told him, he said, I'll never leave you alone. He said, you may be safe and you may be protected, but I'll never leave you alone. And so you really kind of see that, like, and the more you watch the film, you kind of see that. So I'm like, yeah, that's pretty, okay, I see what he did there. Because there was people who were around him. There was people who, you know, who liked him, and people who embraced him, and people who wanted to, you know, have the word shared to them, the scriptures. So he couldn't remember. Of course, he didn't have access to all the scriptures, but only for what he could remember. He put it down and jotted it down, and he would share it to people that he would think would be worth sharing to. And so that was basically the thing, like, be careful, I guess, who you befriend, because not everybody is going to take it in. Not everybody is for you. Not everybody, because there was people who were hungry and people who were hungered for the word. And then there was other people who didn't have a desire for the word, and who didn't, you know, they didn't want the word. They either denied it or just didn't want to know it. So to be fair, I would give this movie, my honest rating on this movie would have to be a 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10 or a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, so I would give it a 7 out of 10 for Neil McDonough. You know, his role, I guess his performance, I would give his performance a 9 out of 10 though, because he was just really there though. But yeah, and yeah, so I feel like you would definitely enjoy the movie whether you're a sci-fi watcher or not. You know, if you just just to have like a refreshing film, I think you would definitely like the movie. The film is refreshing. And yeah, so I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, this movie was really, really great, really, really awesome. Like I've never seen a multiversal movie before, but this movie is just a solid movie, and I respect that. I really respect that. So, you know, and yeah, so as always, appreciate you guys for tapping into my video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. As always, have a good day, y'all.